Hello Aquarius, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back, and for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. The animals are living large this morning is all I can say to you. I hope you guys are doing well. Aquarius, this is going to be for your sun, moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watcher, if that is you, welcome as well. Aquarius, this is going to be a short video on one of your themes. I'm really going to say one of your themes of 2025. 2025, there's a lot of days in the year, a lot of things can happen, but I wanted to pick up on at least a theme for you guys to see what's going to come up, what you may need to be aware of. I will tell you that in the other 2025 readings, it seems to be what I'm going to call almost a quarterly with some projection into the latter part of 2025. So just a heads up on that. But we'll see. We'll see what comes out here for you. So we're going to jump right into it. I want to say thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, those who have booked personal reads, those who have donated to the channel, and those that are channel members. Thank you all so much for your support and love of this channel and of myself. So with that, Aquarius, let's get into it. Let me check these animals. So help me, Jesus. We've been basically snowed in since yesterday, so hopefully you're staying warm and safe wherever you are in the world with the weather. It's been a little wicked here. So, all right, Aquarius, for 2025, what is the theme here, Spirit? The Warrior and Beauty. You know, I kept hearing, before I turn on these videos, I meditate a little bit, and I kept hearing Down Came a Blackbird. And I remember it being a country song from, like, I think the early 90s, Lila McCann. Don't ask me why I remember that, but I do. So Down Came a Blackbird. And in it, she says, talking in riddles and making no sense. There could be a lot of Spirit is saying, the riddle was kind of like that of your life, of not really knowing, like things may not make sense right now for you. It's kind of like, everything's kind of like up in the air, guessing games. Tried and true too, they're saying, tried and true. Promises to you, to yourself, maybe promises that you're dealing with in regards to somebody else. The risk and understanding. The understanding is coming, Aquarius. If you feel like this year, and and Happy New Year to you as well, if you're feeling like you're not certain, and there comes the choicest card on the bottom of the deck with the 10, the things that you're uncertain of, you are going to gain understanding. But Spirit is asking you just to kind of take a leap of faith right now. Timing to this, and there's a lot going on around divine timing. Timing to this is going to be the essential piece to everything. 1717 could be a very important number for you. 717, 1717, obviously 1717, 117 as well. But the fog is going to clear. The mist is going to clear. Whatever you feel like you are not able to see right now, it will come in due time. It's just a matter of when, is really what I want to say to you. So be aware that, if you're being guided, hey, hang on a second. All right, that's that. Hopefully we'll have quiet now. These two, the cat and the dog in the morning, it's chaos. All right, anyhow. I don't know, let's see here, Aquarius. What else is going on here? Part of your theme of 2025 for Aquarius. They're repeating the sun, moon, rising thing. So, transits, climate, 55, massive change. I feel like for some of you, you feel as if you're kind of hanging on. Spirit is calling it by a thread. But, there's change, discomforts and change. 55 is the transits card. 25 underneath the deck is Uranus, which is change itself. You see that right there. And then 14, debilitated, discomfort. We talk about Pluto and Aquarius, right? And not to let that override you all. However, this is all about change. And you're kind of sitting at the forefront of this, Aquarius, about what this change looks like, how it's going to happen, when it happens, for 20 years. That's a big deal. It's a real big deal, right? And I feel like you're in the midst of this. There is patterns and belief systems that are changing. You being a fixed sign could be very stubborn to this sort of energy right now of resisting some sort of change. Who was it? Was it Scorpio I was reading? I think I did. And I talked about 25% in that. And that 25 card, and as soon as I seen that and the way that this shows up is... I feel like for fixed signs in general, the clarity is coming. That last piece, that last bit of resistance that you may be having to things, it's going to break free. You're going to break free of whatever it is that you still feel kind of stuck in, restrained by. And I really will say to you, Aquarius, that part of this is your own belief system. Your own belief that as much as you may want more, desire more, seek more in 2025, and 25 being a year of 25, as I say that, that it's going to be about your ability to just cut loose, let those things happen, despite the old systems. The pressure is coming. You could be feeling the pressure right now to this clarity. There's a lot around getting clear, Aquarius, for you. Old system patterns, structures, resolves that worked before don't work anymore. And for some of you, this could just be trying to find your way through potentially the first 6 months of the year. What does that look like as this evolves and changes? If you've had plans to things, they may be changing as well. They need to have more of their own appearance. So whatever that means to you, because it's like, let's just say you intended on buying a new car, right? I don't know if this is the best example, but we're going to go with it. You intended on buying a new car. You had this picture perfect car in mind. And then, you want a brand new one, and you go out for that 25 model, right? And when you're looking at it, you wanted, cloth seats instead of leather seats, but that particular one only has leather seats. Like, there's going to be some revisions to things that you may not be super satisfied with in the moment, but in due time, you're going to get that car and you're going to be like, I don't like leather seats. And then you get on it and you sit in it and you're like, this is great. These aren't as bad as I thought they were. There's a preconceived idea here, Aquarius, that says, it's not what you think it is. It's not as bad as you think it is, or it's not as difficult as you think it is, or it's not what you've been told before as to what it is, right? So there are going to be some significant changes to your to your mindset at the end of the day. A lot of change in mindset this year for you, Aquarius. Spirit saying stretch your imagination. This is just about letting yourself, my nose keeps itching, letting yourself believe beyond what you know. Trusting that the unimaginable is imaginable. Letting yourself be free-spirited. Letting yourself see different. There's something, too, around an old partnership. I feel like this was transactional related. This could have been business. This is something that required, now the cat's on it. Something that required a lot of mental strategy or thought, planning, things like that in the past, that there could be some revisiting of that in some way in the future. It gives me this impression too of whatever happened to that person. Like, this could have been somebody that you had regular communication with, and you're like, what happened to so-and-so? Whether this was from school or a business situation or whatever it might be. Distractions. Maybe distractions are a thing in your life. Oh my God. Anyhow. But it's like, whatever happened to that person, that time frame, it's like a questioning. And I don't think that it's just one thing, Aquarius. Like, there's one specific connection that you had. It doesn't have to be romantic. I really don't think that it is. That makes you, it's almost like you're reviewing. You're going to spend this year from time to time reviewing what happened to people. It's like it's kind of morbid to say this, but like the end of the year, they're like, oh, famous faces we lost in 24. It's like it's like in your world, the people that left some sort of impact or were there just for a short time. It's like you're reviewing where they went to, what happened to them. I don't know why that's important to you. in this read, but that's what's coming up. So be aware of that as well. So let's see, what else? What else? Five of Wands. You know, this clash of ambitions is what is on the card. Feels to me like that clash of ambitions within you. You telling yourself, only this, and this could happen. And it's the whole idea too, like when we manifest, we've got to get into that space of anything is possible. It may not be the way we envision to get there. It may, you know, again, you might want a 4-bedroom house and you end up settling on a 2-bedroom house and you're like, I'm going to hate this, but that's what's available. You end up going, you know what, I'm really glad that it worked out this way. So what you don't understand is that this turning point, whether you know it or not, is going to be a turning point for the better for you. It's going to open you up to things that are really unpredictable, but they end up working out in your favor in the long run. So, you know, be in love with the idea that anything is possible. Okay, I like this for you very, very much. But it's kind of like that little bit of conflict within. Okay, so Spirit, okay, here's the deal. In regards to the people of the past, that, like, again, what happened to them? Where did they go? This has to do with a loss of finances. So this could be ideas around you healing something in relation to finances with people of the past. What you don't realize is that some of these people were moved out of your existence, those seasons, right? It could have been a couple years, couple months, like it wasn't anything super significant, because there was a bad tie to money somehow, a bad tie to illusions. And I think for some of you, it's like understanding the difference between love and money, prestige, facades, keeping up with the Joneses, what we think it's supposed to look like, that's what happiness looks like. Some of you honestly could have dealt with somebody who had a lot of light on them, and then it was like they just disappeared. They themselves, I think, there's the Hermit, I was going to say, they themselves have gone through a period of awakening. Some of them could be changing jobs, positions, things, you know, it's like being a talk show host and then all of a sudden becoming a doctor. Like, where the hell did that come from? So something very, very much better, but the two of you were brought together to do some healing around financial security, stability, that kind of thing, because the idea of what love and money look like are very different now, right? That's part of that change of mindset for you as well. But you've both learned a lot along the way. So it's just kind of like I don't know why music is so important this morning. Trisha Yearwood, the song Remembers When. This to me, and it's not so much the song idea of it all, it is the fact that it's like the heart, spirit is going, just like that, the song remembers when, the heart remembers when. That this person was a part of my life, or this at some point obviously meant something to me. But wow, have we grown? Wow, have we all changed? So there's a big, like, looking back, and I don't think it's in a bad way. It's just looking back and realizing, like, everybody had to kind of take what was theirs from a situation, so that they could learn. Okay. There's something around that though too, Aquarius. I think this year you're going to be healing. There's going to be a lot of healing work for you as you change these mindsets. And I think that might be some of the part of this that is the difficult thing, maybe that lie you told yourself about the way that you've lived, that, oh, this is fine. But you're starting to see that it's almost like the deception of the self, that you've told yourself a certain way, a belief, again, that you've had that says, you know what, something is happening that says, is it really what I thought it was? Is it really the way I seen it to be? Because something, again, is changing significantly here. So it's like you're getting a different understanding around, again, money and love. That's been popping up on and off for a lot of you the last few months. 7 of Cups coming out sideways. There's wisdom in this. There's wisdom in this that brings it to an end, and it's highlighting some difficult situations. I'm going to say too, if you're looking back at these past people in time frames in your life, Aquarius, Don't ruminate in them. Accept them for what they are. They're showing up for you to heal them. To show up in compassion for a situation. Like maybe you showed up as in some form a toxic version of yourself, right? We all have those toxic parts of ourselves. And all the while, like maybe you really tried to make this business thing work, or this friendship work, or this relationship work. And no matter what you did, it was just like, no, can't be. It doesn't work that way. There was always I'm going to call it a fight. I think it's more of an internal struggle, but trying to see the best in a situation only to be let down by it. And there was a reason for that, because it offered next to nothing really in the grand scheme of things. It was transactional. So, I think your partnership's moving forward throughout 2025. Yeah, temperance, there's that healing. I said healing, and there it comes. It's going to be about healing the transactional aspects of your life. That if it's not being spoken, Spirit is saying, from an awakened place, a loving space, there's no room for that here moving forward. The Chariot there. Temperance and the Chariot, that says it all. 10 of Wands, laying those burdens down. I do think that you are a driving force to have that big breakthrough in your own life, in way of looking at the past and looking at the internal like checks and balances. Like, did this make sense? But you have to be open and honest with yourself to make these changes. Like, that's where the clarity ultimately in 25 is going to come from, is from within. It's totally possible. You can totally do this. There's no question about it. But you have to be real with yourself that says, this didn't work, and these are the reasons why. And I also played a part in this. And this was something that, unfortunately, at that point in time in my life wasn't exactly healed. But now I see, right? It could have been a high point in your life when it came to this person, or what you thought was. It felt good. It had to feel good to bring you into it, right? Like, it had to feel good to for whether it's the divine or the devil or however you want to word it, to bring you into that moment, for you to have that experience. Because if it was just like, ew, you never would have had that experience, you never would have invested in it. So you had to have, it's like, be grateful for the experience. New passions are coming alive for you, Aquarius, in 2025. And it's going to be built through the fact of the pain of situations, or just, I'm going to say disappointments more than the pain. The disappointments that has realigned you, or is realigning you, to a new way of seeing things and doing things, and knowing like where you toe the line on that. It needs to feel good, but it needs to feel good differently. It doesn't need to be egoic. So be aware of that. What else? Yeah, looking back at the past, keeping eyes out. Spirit's saying don't stay connected to, again, to that past. Make sure, yes, go back and review, right? We need to review, but don't live in it again. It's done. It's over with, right? So let bygones be bygones, if that's what you want to call it. But ultimately, there's the ascension. It's what you've gained through this. Some of you, this won't be for all of you. Spirit, 25% of you. You are possibly going to hear from this person again. Yes, they've changed. Yes, you have changed. But I also don't feel like this person... Okay, thank you, Spirit. It didn't feel totally authentic to me, and the Spirit came in with, there's a new opportunity tied to this person. They feel that you would be the best fit for something. This is where you need to say, thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate it, but I'm good. I hope you're doing well. See you next lifetime around. The reason they're bringing this up is they don't want you to reinvest in this. You had a soul contract with this person. It was all about, it was all around money and love. you had to get grounded in a particular situation to change your viewpoints of what the future looks like for you. And so you've learned that the call to this all is emotion, compassion, grace, stability, but in a different way than you have been accustomed to since your life turned around, Spirit is saying. So you address that where that goes, okay? One more card and we're going to wrap this up. See, yeah, this person's got options at the realm here, Aquarius, for what they can do. And again, I had this feeling that this reconnection or recommunication from this person isn't authentic. And here comes the Mask card. Personifying, diluting, gaslighting, pretending, right? Because they do have other options. I do feel like their life has changed for the better. But it doesn't mean that they've done all the healing work that they need to do tied to that particular time frame in which you were a part of, 2112. So they are mirroring. It's like, here's the test, Aquarius. Did you learn your lessons with people like this? Can they pull the strings to pull you back in? And Spirit's asking you to take a risk on yourself instead of taking that risk on somebody else who could upend parts of your life that aren't necessary. Okay? So, Aquarius, I hope that this reading is helpful to you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads are open and available. Again, info is in the description box below the About section of the page. I'm sending you all the happiest of New Year's this year for you. Hopefully 2025 is full of glorious moments, which I think in due time it will be. So I'm sending you all so much love. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.